Hey there, Facebook family. How are you? We are super excited to be here. Yes, we are. We just want to welcome you to the Happy Fit Friday broadcast. And we have a wonderful guest. And it's none other than professional patient advocate of Angie's Pace, none other than the illustrious Angela McGowan, and she will be with us momentarily. Thank you for joining. We see people are joining in. We are going to share this out, send this out, and we want to ask that you do the same. We are super excited to be here. Thank you for the thumbs up. You can just pop on and just let us know so we can give you a proper greeting. All right, all right, all right. We are sending this out and we just hope your day has been prosperous and productive. And again, we are super excited. We are super excited about tonight's broadcast. All right. And we're going to send this out to one other. Trying to send it out to our various pages, and it's not letting us do that, but that's okay. We'll have to do that later. But again, we want to welcome you to the Happy Fit Friday broadcast. And let's see, we have a few comments. Hey there, Rolinda. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Hey there, Linda. Hey there, woo woo. That's my fam. That's my fam. What? You're in Beijing? Oh my God. Did you finally make it happen? Are you there for good or you just, what you said, it's Saturday morning there. Okay, well, good morning. Good morning. Beautiful, beautiful one from Beijing. This is my family, y'all. This is my family. This is my daughter in law's mommy and my son's mother in law. And she is my sister. She's my sister. So I am so happy that and is Jim with you? I'm so happy that you were able. I know you've been wanting to go travel overseas, and that's just amazing, Linda. You have to, when you come back, please share. Please share with us. You said Jim and I are both here for the next 2 weeks. That is awesome. Congratulations. Woo! You know, that sister right there, she is amazing. She is amazing. I'm just happy to see that you are making your dreams come true, the things that God has placed in you to do. And that's what it's all about. That is what it's about. All right, so we want to give a proper introduction to the individual that we asked to come on. She is an amazing health professional, and I just want to give her props. So if you can bear with me. Angela McGowan is empowered with over 20 years of health care experience. A professional health advocate and a caregiver, she is passionate, she's authentic, caring, and committed. And I'm a witness to that. Her real purpose and passion is to teach and inspire patients to stop being being just the doctor's patient, and to become a powerful patient. A powerful patient is positive, passionate, prepared, persistent, and on purpose. When it comes to the pursuit of excellence in healthcare, she is relentless because her firsthand experiences navigating through the healthcare sea of red tape on a daily basis while working a full time job and caring for her beloved husband and soulmate, Willie Ray McGowan. She is very passionate about sharing and serving the healthcare needs of others. She was featured as a Courageous Woman of 2016 in the March issue of Courageous Woman magazine. She has been a conference and telesummit speaker for Wealthy Sisters Network and mentored in business and sales strategies by master business and sales coach Danielle Winningham. Angela is the founder of Angie's P.A.C.E. It's patient advocates committed to excellence. The creator of the Facebook group, The Powerful Patient Movement, host of the weekly Facebook live show Say It Sunday, the brand new author and publisher of What You Don't Know Could Kill You, How to Get Out of the Hospital Alive, and creator of the Patient Blueprint Journal. Angela has two adult daughters, Andrea Renee and Adrian Renee, and two grandchildren, Anthony Ray and Anaya Monet. She lives in multiple states and enjoys traveling to see her family and friends. We would love to introduce to others, to present to you and introduce to others none other than the illustrious Angela McGowan.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to take you everywhere I go. I thought you just like pull a few sentences out and go from there. I was like, thank you. I was like, wow, we need to stop. Just bring her on. Bring her on. Okay.
No, we
Amazing.
so appreciate you for coming on. We
All right.
it's an honor just to really be connected with you because you are so passionate about what you do, and we've had conversations, you know, ongoing conversations, and you're so supportive of Happy Fit Friday, and we just publicly want to thank you and just say how much we love you, and
Well, yes.
we really
Reciprocate.
appreciate all that you do. And there's been so many times on Say It Sunday and other lives that you've done that
Mm.
you really convicted me
Oh no, I don't want
about
to do that.
being more. That's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
Being more present in my health,
Okay.
and the importance of really knowing your body, and
Right.
taking care of yourselves, because us as women, we do it all.
That's right.
We're
Yeah.
multitaskers, but if we
Yeah.
don't take care of ourselves, we're no good to anyone. So you
Absolutely.
constantly remind us the importance of that, and for that we are truly grateful.
All right. Awesome. I'm glad.
So tonight's discussion is all in the family, and we have just a few questions, and but
Okay.
we would like to give you the floor and just really share your thoughts. Because when you accepted the invitation, you gave us an idea of what is really prevalent, in your arena, and what you have a burden for right now in this
Okay.
season. So we want to give the floor to you, just to share some, and then when you're ready for questions, we have a few questions, and we also
Okay.
want to just pick some things out. See, I got my book, y'all. You better get your book. We'll tell you how you can
I
get
got
your
mine
book.
too.
You can't have my book. You got to get your own book.
Oh my
But
gosh.
we have
Thank
a
you,
few
Jacqueline. How
more
nice.
things in there that we just want to get your take on. We're not trying to tell everybody what's in the book because you need to get
Oh, okay.
this is the go-to, but every household should have this book.
Oh, thank
Honestly, I'm
you.
not just saying that because she's my sister friend, but
Yes. Well, thank
honestly, this
you.
should be a part of everyone's library. A constant reminder of how we really need to up our game when it comes to being a patient.
Yes.
So, enough
Yes.
said. We're gonna give you the floor.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm not going to try to introduce myself because Jacqueline's almost introduced myself to me. So, all right, I'm Angela, and I am the author of this book right here, What You Don't Know Could Kill You, How to Get Out of the Hospital Alive. And in that book, it's not just about getting out of the hospital. My goal is that you would not have to go. And if you did, you'd be so prepared and you have taken so many of the right steps that it would be a visit and then you would get out and recuperate and go on with your life. And as I said, tonight's thing is all in the family. And so we know whether it's husband or the wife or the children, the family, that nucleus stops when one member is actually sick, and not just maybe acutely sick, but chronically sick. If they have to go in the hospital, everything stops and has to be rearranged. So I wanted to talk about that situation. The biggest thing is we're coming off of June, which was Men's Health Month. And my theme for the whole month was it's all about the fellas. Now we did have Women's Month, Women's History Month, and I gave us our props, but I felt a special burden about the men because it seemed like the more I investigated, even though I have a chapter dedicated to the men, it's called "I'm Not Sick, I'm a Man." Okay, that's their theme, no matter what. And I wanted to bring that to the forefront, especially to women, mothers, wives, girlfriends, because there's a special way that we all have to surround the men when they find that there's something wrong. And then if there's nothing wrong, just to get them to take the preventative tests that belong to them. If your husband, your father, whoever it is over 50 years old, there are tests that are waiting for him. Just like, but see, as women, we start taking our tests and doing things like almost as teenagers. And so we are already indoctrinated into this. Men do not have that. They usually not until 50. They should be doing something at 30, but usually at 50, it becomes a need. But the problem is, let's say from 30 to 50, there's no checkups. There's no real need to go unless it's for a life insurance policy, for something on the job when they have to go to the doctor. That we drag them in for their colds and flus, like they can't even say their name, and they still kicking and screaming like, I'm not sick.
Right.
know, go get some from the drugstore. They don't want to go and see a doctor. Man, they don't want to go in that hospital. Okay. So that's just the way it is. And so I'm here, hopefully, to help ladies, whether it's for your husband, father, uncle, to sort of, release that stress of trying to get them. Because, first of all, they are the boss. And let's just stop. Okay, that's why I'm a man. I'm not sick. Okay, you are not sick. You are sick. That's the manhood creed. Okay.
Right.
But here's what we need to know, ladies. When he does go down, we can have a cold and go on with it, right? He can
Right.
have the sniffles, everything. We can't do anything. So we want to keep him up as best as possible. We need him to be up so we can continue. So the first thing is, you know, when you're talking about someone's health care, especially your a mate's or a man's health care, you cannot talk about it like there's something wrong with them.
Okay.
Okay, that's the first thing. You always make it his election. For instance, don't we don't want to talk about it when you're upset or irritated either. But a good time is to say, like, you know what? I want to make sure that you are getting the best. And I just see that you're not at your best. You know, why don't we make an appointment? I love to go with you, or you could go alone, but I don't want to see you suffering unnecessarily. Okay. If you get a little pushback from that, you can say, look, let's face it, we're over 50. And one thing about it, it's better for us to go for a checkup than for you to go, because what are we going to do without you? Okay. All in the family. Like, our daughter expects you to walk her down the aisle. Our son, when it's time for a mentor, do we have to go rent one? Do we have to find some? No, we want someone with the purpose and with the values and the morals that you have. We want you to pass that on. And so you going to the doctor says to me and to our family that you want to actively participate beyond right now, because that's when they'll need you, when they start
Right.
their own families. And you sort of put it on them or present it to them that it's an option, yes, but it's so needed. And so now he doesn't have to feel like he's being looked at as weak, but he's
Right.
strong because his children need him. And so
Yeah.
he needs to be present. Okay. He needs to be
Yes.
not just present, but healthy as possible. And even though some of those tests are uncomfortable, you can say, I've taken those tests too. I didn't want to, but it's my love for the family, because the family unit is what's going to keep this world, okay, on task. And let's just face that.
Yeah.
Our children to school, when they are even mingling with other children, so many things come back into the home, right? So
Yes.
one thing we want to send our children out with, as far as values, also in right and wrong, we also want them to know if even if they don't feel good, it's
Right.
okay to not feel good. It's okay to lay down. You're not going to really miss that much. And if they feel that it's something wrong with going to the doctor as young people,
Yes.
it will happen as young adults. It will also go as more mature adults. So all of these things that we're doing, even our doctor appointments, we are showing our children. Now, is what's in place is that the young men, 13, and the young girls, 14, they're taking this special shot to try
Hmm.
to eliminate ovarian cancer,
Right.
because it's something that men and women pass to each other. So starting then, a young man is now accountable for his future wife, and she is accountable to her future husband. So and accountable to themselves, because everybody wants to live so they can fulfill their purpose in the earth realm, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
those are the things that I am, talking about. I bring up different health things that are going on. And I always say, this is what's happening, but let's do a preventative way.
Awesome. Awesome.
Let's just do the preventatively. So that's basically, my message. And that's why this book exists, because the preventative measures that you can do. And I say this, and then I'll let Jacqueline ask questions. It's not about asking the doctor questions. It's about asking the right questions.
Yes.
That's what it's, and about you going in there powerfully, not like a bully, but powerful, because you're armed with information and you're coming to get an expert opinion on those questions. So that's what I would have us understand. Those, the doctor, they work for us. We've already prepaid them before we
Yes.
go. And then we pay again a copay, and then we pay for parking, and we're going to pay for a prescription. So
Yes.
since we are all invested, right, already, we just want a collaboration and partnership with our medical team. I think that's, I think that's a little.
Look, where's my mic at? That's a drop the mic.
Oh,
That's a drop the mic. Yes, it is indeed. That is something
water.
worthy. Well, I mean, you covered it. It's so important that there's so many points that you made, but it's so important. First of all, that we be conscious of the fact that preventative measures will help prevent illnesses down the road.
Yes,
That, like you said,
yes.
affects the family unit.
Hmm.
Because if the parents are present because of illnesses, and they
Hmm.
can't be there for their families, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the children?
Yes.
So that's why I was um, so thankful that you were willing to come on and
Mm.
talk about the family, because
Yes.
let's just face it, the family is under attack in this
Yes.
day and age. The family is under attack.
Right.
It's not enough just to deal with day to day issues like um, finances and
Right.
just the things that we're having to face. The culture is just totally different. You
It
know,
is.
day
It
and
is.
time. You know, parents these days are dealing with what 20 times more what we had to deal with in
So,
a just an impact more impactful way that could be devastating. You know, just having to deal with that and having to deal with relationships in general.
right.
But to be, how can we, Angela, as I know this is we are focusing on men, um, but us as their spouses or their significant others or their daughters or
Mhm.
sisters, cousins, how can we be how can we arm ourselves with the right information in dealing with our loved ones who are males? Just like you said, don't one of the things you said, don't talk to them like there's something wrong.
Right.
What are some, you gave some scenarios, but is there like resources out there that we could possibly read besides your book, your wonderful, awesome book,
Oh, thank you. Okay,
and
well,
your
so
planner?
yes, and my plan, which I'll talk about that as well. So here's what I would say right off the bat. Your health insurance plan. Usually, well, these days, everybody's saving trees, so it's a portal, it's digital. You could go in there and find out about your wellness checks, okay, the
Okay.
preventative tests that are already in place for you. And then you could say, you know, the health insurance has our testing for this year. You're up for colonoscopy and prostate, and I'm of course mammogram. Uh, I'm up for the I don't want to say OB, but the GYN test, and then maybe something else you might be up for, and so why don't we try to go either on the same day, or you do the morning, or what would you like to do? But it's part of our health package.
Okay.
That is absolutely true. And you know that because it's going to tell you based on the age and how many screenings should be done for a particular age group of both men and women. And so that is a number one resource, your own health care.
Okay.
And I tell people all the time, please go on those portals. Make sure they even have your name spelled right. Make sure that your address and phone number is current. Make sure that the people they call an emergency is current. Make sure that you know about the exclusions. Like 2 years ago, maybe this was part of it and now it's not. But it's something that you have been doing all the time. And I tell everyone, the colonoscopy is not anyone's favorite, but it should be the one that you run to. Why is that? Because when you have a colonoscopy, you have a 95% cure rate. Colorectal cancer, however, it can be taken care of 95%. However, it is like number three in killers of Americans. That once it begins, it cannot stop. But if you go there in the early stages, it is the most curable. And so it's simply that test. It's simply that test. And when they find something early enough because you've been going, then of course you have a 98% chance of cure. That is unbelievable. That one test could have that higher percentage, yet it is the number one test that most people do not take.
Wow. Wow.
It's and after you're age 50, it is a test that doesn't need a copay.
Really?
There's no copay. And you go every 10 years unless they find something, like if they find a polyp, or if it is in your family. Then
Okay.
you'll go every 5 years to every 3 years. But that particular test does not have a copay to it. And there is not anything you have to do. Like, for instance, some insurances are you have to have paid so much up front, your deductible
Right.
before that is not included.
Okay.
And there are a number of those preventative tests or your well check that is not included in your deductible. And I think a lot of people wait till I said, July 1st is the beginning of the new year again. They wait till now and then they say, okay, I've done enough. I can get my test. But you can
Wow.
get that test on January 2nd, actually.
Oh, that's excellent. That's good to know because I always wondered about that. So
Yes.
thank you for
Yeah.
informing us about that. But this is a perfect segue in this awesome book. Wait a minute, get it on the screen. Chapter 2. This
Yeah.
one, I won't you give details of the person, but I won't name their name, but I just want to read a snippet of it, and it just really ties into what you were just saying.
Okay.
Um, you go on to say that you had a discussion with a male gentleman,
Right.
and he made the statement. He said he's had to attend 3 funerals in the last few months of men who were long time and best friends. He relayed to me how very sad he was because in each case they didn't have an illness they had to die from, but by the time each man decided to go to the doctor to get expert advice, the healthcare odds were stacked against them. So again, thank you for sharing those great ideas as far as staying up on the wellness check and what's the if you have like some pushback from a loved one and you have all the everything laid out, they hardly have to do anything, but they still persist on saying, I'm not doing that, I'll get to it whenever.
Right. Well, I think maybe you could even try to think about some of their friends or their coworkers that might be chronically ill right now,
Okay.
and hold that up as a mirror. Like, I don't want your life to be like this. Every 2 weeks
Oh
in the
yeah.
hospital, every other week going, and not only that, look what's going on with Deborah or Carol. Look what she's having to do. You know,
Okay.
it's not about you me nagging you. It's about my caring for you and for our family. Always bring it back to our family. And if not, if you don't have children still in the home, it's about your parents or my parents. As they age, they're going to have more needs. How can we be ready to assist them if we ourselves are down?
Right. As
Because all in the family is the extended family, being prepared and being able. I say all the time, it's not if something's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. Will
right.
you be prepared when it occurs? Not if it occurs. Something is
Absolutely.
going to go on this life journey. Not
Yeah.
necessarily devastating, but it could be something that puts your family like in a halt right now. It can't go
Right.
forward or backward. It just stands still. And so that's really what you want to do. This gentleman said that even he talking to them, he could see when they were walking that one of them was wincing in pain. And he said, "Why won't you go?" Well, I just figure, it would be okay. But by the time they went, like he said, but he said to me, it's plain fear of the unknown. Okay. Fear of now I'll be looked at as less than or weaker, where I've always been the person to take on and do for. And so we really have to build them up so that they can release that because
Yeah.
that in no way affects the man that they are. All of us have a physical body and that it needs to lay down and go to sleep. I mean, man,
Right.
we all have to lay down. Sometimes you don't want to, whether you're watching something on TV or you're engaged in something, you don't want to do, but your body's like, lights out, and
Lights
you're
out.
going down. And so what we don't want is for our body to say lights out. We
Right.
want to keep the body engaged. If we have to do a little more resting or we have to change our diet. And that's another thing that I would suggest that, you start trying to introduce the favorite things in a different way,
Okay.
in a different way. Like I got this from my oldest daughter. I'm like a rice fanatic, and I know these can do. So she started with like a cauliflower rice. Now it is in no way the
Okay.
same. It's not the same. Let's face it. But I found a way to fix it up. It could be like a garlic rice, and you could add cheese, and you can put that on that, or make it like a Spanish thing with tomatoes and
Right,
bell peppers. So you can change some things around. And listen, look, this is what I found for me. Can you just taste it? Give me your opinion. It,
right.
that's what's going to have to be done. I don't want to say this is any trickery or anything, but we want to allow them to come in and partner with us.
Absolutely.
That's what
It's a
we're looking
creative
for them to
way.
come and partner with us. And so
But
we want,
the saying, oh, I'm sorry, go
no,
ahead.
no, no, go ahead.
The saying is we have to, even though it's our idea, but we have to make them think it's their idea.
That's right. That's right.
So
And
that's a creative
going to
way.
be their idea. We're just suggesting. We're just making suggestions.
Just a
Okay. That's all
suggestion.
we're doing is just a suggestion.
That's it.
I thought it would be good maybe if twice a week we started trying to venture into a different type of food, or maybe if you feel some kind of vegetables, see about making it in a drink.
Okay.
And so in the morning, like the two of you would have this juice together or whatever it is, just, or instead of having some late night malt, make that drink. Especially like, it's very hot here. So, I don't care
Right.
what you are to drink here at 109, they're going to be drinking it. Okay. It won't be
Right.
fight nobody. Thank you. I mean, yeah. Okay. So you
I
won't have
know
to fight.
that's right. I know that's right.
And then
That
the
is
same
awesome.
The same thing with in the wintertime when it's really cold there, soups with more
Right.
vegetables in it. Now it
Okay.
ladies, yes, we are taking on more, but
Yeah,
because we are prepared,
that's
we're gonna
right.
be the crock pot, the pressure cooker, those are our go-to.
Well, we're gonna look at the comments. There's some comments,
Okay,
and then I'll ask a few more questions.
awesome, awesome.
Let's see. Oh, we got all kind of stuff up in here.
Okay,
Let's
oh good.
see. All right. Worth being says, hi, Coach Jacqueline, Turnbow, Angela, McGowan, and everyone on the live. Hey
Hey,
there, Worth Beingologist. Thank you for joining.
yes.
Hello, Jacqueline Turnbow. Hey there, Tawana. Thank you for joining.
Hi, man.
Happy
Hey, and
Fifth
hi,
Friday.
mom. That's my daughter, Andrea Renee. Hey, girl.
Oh, hi, beautiful, beautiful, just like her mommy. Thank you so much for joining. We love
Yeah.
your mom too, by the way. We love her to pieces.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And
Trying.
Tawana says, welcome, Angela.
Okay.
And then our son, Joshua Turnbow, he was on last month. He said,
I
happy
did see. I saw him. How are
Friday.
you? Yes.
Thanks for joining, son. And then Work Beanologist said, Queen Angela McGowan.
Oh, look at that. Oh, thank you, Miss Martina. I love Linda. Oh, can
Oh,
you share?
okay. Your
Oh,
daughter said, can you share
I think
on?
she's asking you because we were unable to share it. And I know some people are on that page.
Oh my gosh.
And that's my business page. And so both of us have been trying to share it. And I think that maybe some people are missing it because we couldn't get the share.
Oh
Uh,
wow. Well, let me help me while I'm doing that, Angela. Do you have any other thoughts? I'm going to try to do
okay.
this while you have any
Okay.
thoughts?
Well, yes, definitely. And another thing I wanted to talk about, we're talking about men's health. I wanted to also share about the mental health as well.
Okay,
Uh,
awesome.
that is, and I did that as well in June because, listen, ladies, our men are leaving this world at a phenomenal rate. Okay, and let me just tell you some statistics. Every 20 minutes, a man kills himself.
Oh my God.
That would be 3 men in an hour. That would be 72 men a day. That would be 504 men a week. That would be 2016 in a month. That would be over 24,000 a year. In a decade, we almost have 250,000 men that have killed themselves. Okay. That does not go with the men that what the term is called slow suicide. Those that have substance abuse problems. That would be your veterans, your unemployed when it comes to Hispanics, Native American men have a very high rate, as well as Black men, and then they have a lower rate of Asian men. But the bottom line is, if you're wondering why you're not married, your sister's not married, your children are not getting married, that's because over almost 25,000 men are taking their lives. Then you have an additional amount that died because of substance abuse. Here's the statistic: 75% of all suicides are men. So if 100,000 people kill themselves, 75,000 were men in a particular time frame.
Wow.
75%. Because just like this, what you may think is a bargaining with getting them to eat right and talking to uh, taking on appointments. It's the same thing. And a lot of stories are these men are friends with other men, but they only talk about certain things. There's certain things that are taboo that they talk about. And so that's what we want to do. We want to interrupt that narrative. And how are we going to do that? In the family, and not just the family nucleus. We're talking about his father, his brothers, his cousins. You see, when we're going to these family reunions, we want to talk about, I don't think while you're eating barbecue, you can talk about colonoscopy. I wouldn't say that. But
Right.
I would say that, I wanted to make sure that this year, everybody, you see all the people we have, I'd like to see everybody here next year. And here's the way we could do it. And so what I have, Jacqueline, I think I gave you the link tree.
Yes.
And so they could go to the link tree. I don't know if you could see it well because of the light.
I
But
will
anyway,
put it in there. Still trying to send this to your page, and it's
okay,
like
well,
it's
that's all
not
right.
letting me share
I will
either.
have to share it afterward. I didn't see because once I came on, I couldn't share.
Oh
I
wow.
shared, before I came. I didn't realize that. But here's what's going on. When you go to the doctor anyway, the doctor talks about you. Okay. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna- it's you. Okay. Then they're going to ask about your mother and father, your
Right.
siblings, and
Right.
of course the grandparents. Okay. They
Right.
always cover that. So it's sort of what you need to do, what we need to do, because if one brother has prostate issues, it is a generational curse. It is going across the board. It may not affect yours. It might jump to the next one, but it has the
Absolutely.
potential of jumping to your son.
Yes.
So what we're doing when we go all in the family is we're saying not just my house, but my family.
Yes.
Not
Absolutely.
just my house, but my entire family. I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about who my daughter marries into, that family is safe. Who my son brings in, that family is safe.
Absolutely.
Because you might have seen, one of our sisters had 5 deaths in her family this
Mm.
month, I think it was. That's a lot that's going on
Yes, it
because
is.
not just her household, it's the family, the husband's family, her family, the it's far reaching. So we have the responsibility to be far reaching too. So when we're talking to our men, our fathers, our brothers, we're talking about reaching to them because we need them. We
Absolutely.
need the uncles and the cousins and the big brothers. We need them
Right.
to be that mentor, to be that role model, so that when our grandsons and all of the nieces and them are running around, they can see success in our own family right here. They can see
Absolutely.
longevity right here.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I'm trying to do when I'm on this mission of
Oh,
that
I
might have
don't
been
know
me.
what happened. I don't know what happened.
I'm back. So we want to do that. And so what I've put together, it's called the Patient Blueprint Journal. Now, this is actually as a direct result because my husband was 4 different kinds of patients, sometime in the same month. In home, going to the doctor, the outpatient visit, sometimes skilled nursing, and sometimes in the hospital. And you may not be aware of that, but every one of them treat the patient differently. The way they give meds, whether you get meds when you come home, whether someone comes to your home, whether you have to keep appointments, and the health care, your insurance treats you differently as well. So you have to know everything. And I know we have the electronic medical record, but with the shake, rattle, and roll out here with earthquakes and the
Yeah,
thunderstorms and hurricanes there's a great possibility that the server goes down.
absolutely.
There's a great possibility that you've taken a trip out of the country, like someone that you mentioned now. And what if while they're out of the country, something happens, you can't get your record, but you can take it with you?
That is amazing. So you can
Absolutely.
definitely get the blueprint planner. Go to
Yeah.
bit.ly/planner.
Right. But what I would ask you to do is to go to the link tree. Everything is in there for the alive, for the planner, and especially so that, during this season when we see our relatives, you could get this all in the family planner. I'm not putting it up here, but yeah, that one.
That is
And
awesome, right?
so that's something you could do right now today. Okay. And remember that we are wanting to build our families up and keep them
Yeah,
surrounded. That's the
yeah.
only way that our children and grandchildren can see the value of what family is so they can take that value and put it in their own families as well.
You are so thorough. Okay, you are so thorough. You pretty much. I really don't have to ask a whole lot of other questions
Okay.
because you hit. Even you didn't even. We didn't even talk about me looking in your book. I'm telling y'all, the questions that or the points that I was going to bring out that's in her book, she covered them. She
Yes. Okay, good.
But
I'm
I will
glad.
say this one, and I love this, the fact that you had those statistics that you just shared. But one thing that you did mention, and again, the second chapter, chapter 2 is I'm not sick. I'm a
Yes.
man. She mentioned
That's
that
that's the
earlier.
man. That is the manhood creed. That's the
Yes.
manhood creed. I'm not sick. I'm a man. Okay. So, man, go get checked.
Go get
Okay.
checked. That's
Go
right.
get checked, man. Okay.
So in this paragraph, you said, "But if men could receive anything from this chapter, please hear this now,
Mm,
especially by age 40. You
yes.
need to begin to go to the doctor for annual health visits with the same
Yes.
independence and relentlessness you used to go to the gym."
That's right. We don't have to push them out there to that gym. Okay.
Come on.
No,
That's
because
a
they said, I
that's
got
a
to.
life
I'm going.
virtue.
I'm going to. I'm going to start. Okay. They're going. So, you go to that gym. Yes, that is something wonderful. But you need to be your best, okay, when you go to that gym as well. And so, there are a lot of people that are very much into exercise, but find themselves, chronically ill because they didn't take the time to take some of these preventative tests. That's all I'm saying. If we can start getting our men to take the preventative tests, okay,
Right.
then we won't really have to worry about acute and chronic issues because they'll be all in. And they need to understand that the doctor is supposed to be a partner to help them. The doctor is not putting you on punishment. Now, and I say this all the time. When we go to the doctor doesn't tell me that I'm overweight. I knew that when I got up. So you don't need that part.
Right.
Okay, you don't have to say that. How
Right.
about saying, do you want me to write you a Weight Watchers prescription or something? I mean, give me something like that.
Right.
But you
Right.
don't have to tell me my downside. Okay, I already got that part down. And so, gentlemen, the doctor's not going to, because when I did read, there was two doctors that said that they are just as embarrassed going to the doctor, okay, having to do that test in front of their own colleagues, but they knew it had to be done.
Has
And
to.
so they are on a mission so that their fathers will want to go, so that their brothers will want to go. And
That's
that's what
right.
it is. Men build up men. And so I
Yeah.
realize that. So all I'm trying to do is just give the fuel, light the fire, put the
That's
timber on,
right.
You go on with it because you are a man, and I can't do the manhood creed like you can. And I'm not going to attempt to. All I wanted to do was say it does exist. It's a real thing. And so I just like for you to, be the man of your family forever or for as long as God has given you in a great manner. Because when God created us, he created us to live forever. He had
Yeah,
purpose in our future. And
you
so
better
let's
tell it.
go back to that. That's
Yes.
right.
One of the things you said earlier, you talked about accountability. We definitely have to show some sort of accountability, not only to our personal health, but our loved ones. And
Yeah.
definitely, the men in our family. Because we
Yes.
want their God created them to be the head
That's
of the
right.
family. And
Sure.
so we want them to stay in that role healthy.
Healthy.
So
Exactly.
kids accountability. So I love that because you know me, the
Yes,
accountability
you're the
first.
purpose pusher. You make us accountable. As a matter of fact, today I said, okay, now this is Fit Friday. I cannot do anything when she comes on. It's too hot here. So I was at my gym at 6 o'clock. Okay. I
Woo,
walked
woo.
there, I did the treadmill, and I walked back. Okay.
You
I had
so
my
good.
water and everything.
Woo.
That's I'm not going to put any excuses. Okay. It is too hot when you're doing it, but I'm already up. So I really don't have
See?
excuses, right? Because a lot of times we talking during that kind of time around. I'm like, hey, it's 6 o'clock here, but I'm already awake. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about it. So
One other question, and then I'm going to go to the see what's in the comments, and if
okay,
you have any closing remarks or anything.
okay,
Um, just like you just said, there's no excuses, and we can set the example. You had mentioned that earlier. How can we? What's a good? Do you have like a method? Um, if we're working out, or you already gave a excellent example as far as eating
mhm.
better. So if we're doing some type of activity, do you have any recommendations? That we can be to encourage
Okay.
those.
Well, of course, you know what? Something simple that we probably haven't thought of is just parking further away than you normally would, and you two
That's a
walk
good one.
together.
That's a good one.
Just
Okay.
parking back a few rows back further than you would and
Right.
walking there. If there's nowhere close around the home where you would walk or something
Right.
convenient,
Right.
everywhere you go, just do it a few more steps. Just go park
Okay.
back further. And you're getting a little exercise in. You're getting that in. And another thing I would say, if it's, sometimes you have those day errands that you're doing,
Right. Right.
have in your car, like just maybe a small chest with some fruit in it, with some water, because that's when we cut up, is when we're on the road, right? I see
Right.
Tawana is on here talking about food. So she's
Oh, let
coming
me
too, right?
see. Let me see what she did.
She says hashtag changing what you eat. So I'm just saying, when I'm sure she has all the specifics, I'm just giving a little bit what I know. Okay. My daughter is always, expert, helping me with some things like the cauliflower rice and that kind of stuff. So she doesn't know. So let me just say what I did. That cauliflower rice, here's something I know. It's more expensive. Okay. It's very expensive. So what I did said, oh, $4 for cauliflower rice and 150 for a head of cauliflower. Let me see.
Uh-oh.
I was able to make 4 bags, right? Now,
Oh,
I
wow.
made 4 bags. Now I didn't do it all at once, but I did
Okay.
just tried it out. I did half of it, processed it up, and then okay. And so now I see that I can do that. And so what else can I do? I can freeze it myself. I can put it in a little Ziploc and freeze it just like they gave it to me frozen. So,
See?
there's little things we could do that we could be a big hit, with
Okay.
what we're trying to do. Like I said, the
Right.
soup, of course, fresh fruit, of course, the drinks or whatever, and then whatever Tawana might suggest or whoever is going to come on, with that, there's something we can do. So what I want you to do, ladies, is just don't get into overwhelm. Like, oh my God, if he would just, oh my, just, oh, how are you going to help somebody when you just, oh, you can't even okay, you can't talk because you're just rocking.
Right.
So he's not going to listen to that, right? So you
Right.
just might
Right.
just stop. You just
So
stop.
Linda, she says so much great info. So you
You
are a hit. You are a hit. Worth Phenologist and love you more.
more.
Yay.
So definitely this time next
Okay,
year.
Worth
Yeah.
Phenologist, what you talking about? Amen. This time next year. I'm not sure.
Well, I
Can't
think
think
maybe she will be better on the health journey with her husband. I'm sure that's
of
what she like.
okay.
Okay, I'm sure that's what she meant. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yes, this time next year she's gonna have even more things going. And so that's what we have to do. Remember, we're not gonna get it done in a day because it didn't happen in a day.
Right.
Okay, but we can do things where we can be that resource. We can
Yeah.
talk about the tests that are absolutely, oh, thank you, that are absolutely free. So I tell people, and this will definitely subscribe to men. The government is already paying your insurance company to give you this free test, and when you don't take it, it's like you're giving them a kickback.
Absolutely.
Men don't want to waste any money, so they need to go take that test.
Right.
Go get your money. Go get the money.
Go get your money.
Go get your money. Take that
Go get,
test.
go get your money and go to the link tree here, Pro Patient
Yes,
Advocate.
please go to
Get
the
the
link.
book. You can get a call.
Yes,
Who
you
you
definitely
call
can
it?
get a 20-minute results
What's the
call
number
with me.
call? Yes.
Yes.
Get that results call. You can
Because you
get
know
the
what? That's what it's all
number.
about. We want to get results. So if you're looking for information, you want to know how can I get this done? That's what we're going to spend time on. What can we do
Absolutely.
to get it done? So I definitely invite you to please go there and please go in and get this for yourself. We're going to see a lot of people this summer, aren't we? We're going to be see
Yeah.
people that we don't always see. Let's talk to them about this, about being all in the family. We need the family to stay strong. Like you said, the family is coming against so much. So what is it we can do? We can spread the word to our family, our immediate family, our extended family, even our neighbors and friends, people that are like family. Let's bring them all in, okay? Because this is what I
Absolutely.
say all the time. You could be standing somewhere, you see somebody with some shoes on, be like, you don't even know her. You get a full conversation with the shoes, right? Where she got, and guess what? She doesn't know you, and she gives you a full conversation. You've been in a restaurant. What'd you order? You don't know those people, but everybody's talking about that food. This is the same thing. It's the same thing with your health. We're talking about something that is much more important than where she got those shoes that we just got to have tomorrow and whatever's on that plate that we're going to eat today. Okay. So remember, if you can ask a stranger about what's on their plate and what's on their feet, you can definitely tell your family about what's going on with healthcare. And so
So
don't be ashamed of it. Be proud of it.
is it safe to say we should have conversation with extended family, trying to get if we don't already know, like past medical
Definitely.
history of the lineage in our family? What do you
And
think
that's
about
and that's what we want to do. That's why that chart is so important. If you have sisters and maybe one does not always go and get the mammogram, maybe it's not, it's something that is provided as a preventive. It's one of the most uncomfortable tests, but it's not as uncomfortable as what when someone gets that diagnosis that was preventable had they been, what I'm saying, more concerned about making sure that they are well. Nobody wants to take the pap smear. Who wants to? Who signs up for that? No, I don't see anybody jumping it, but that's what we do. Okay, nobody runs and says, "My turn, me please." Okay, hey
That's
Miss.
right.
Okay, nobody.
Hey, our writing coach is on here.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Vanessa. We
No
just
one.
want to tell you we love you, Vanessa. She is instrumental in just encouraging Angela to get this wonderful book
This
as
is
well
why.
as the planner.
This is why these books are
We
here.
want to give you your
Man,
props, Vanessa. See,
yeah,
she did it, Vanessa. Woo woo.
yeah. So we
Thank you so
definitely
much
want
for
to share
sharing.
that because what is happening in the family is with the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Eating homemade
Yeah.
cauliflower. This is so sad. There
I
is
know
some
it was good.
waiting for
I
you,
want
ma'am.
some too.
When you come back from your travels, there's some homemade cauliflower waiting for you.
Yay.
But with our extended family, our parents, that may end up having to come live with us, that is why it's so important. I said the other day, it's not about you know your parents' doctor's name. How about that doctor needs to know you? They need to know
That's
the
right.
side of you. They need to know that there's somebody exists and that is concerned about this woman, about this man. Because I'm
Absolutely.
telling you, it's very different when you go in there with somebody. When you go in there with the doctor with your mother, watch and see how long they talk to her. Just oh, just
Right.
goes on. You ready? Because they realize there's somebody else. But
That's right.
accountability. It's accountability. So let us
Accountability.
all make our medical team accountable. Okay, let's
That's
do it
right. That's
because
right.
we want to keep our parents here and the grandparents. I know my kids want to keep me here. All this babysitting I've been doing the last couple of. I said it got cut on Sunday. I'm like yes, but hey, I'm having a ball doing that. But we
I
want
know
to
the
be
grand
well.
with the son.
Yes, we want to be well, and we want to be in good health, and we want to take care of our extended family. So we can
Yeah.
do that if we will, share this news all in the family as well.
I like the fact that you said earlier that we need to be armed when we go to the doctor. We don't have to be bullies, but we can be educated
Yeah.
and empowered, and we can help them put us on the right course where we know we need to be. And just as far as our doctor's care.
Yes.
So
And here's one thing, let me interrupt you. This is what I'm talking about being prepared. Let's just say on Monday, you're not feeling good. It could be nausea, whatever it is. Your appointment is Friday. By Friday, you cannot describe that exact symptom. It's sort of like charades. Sounds like, could, no. But if you would write down what you felt, maybe what you ate, if it persisted up until the morning, then when you go in there, then, because remember that I say doctors are like architects. They think in black and white, like, they're not sounds like, okay, every time at 10 o'clock, this is what I'm feeling. When I get up in the morning, this is how, my equilibrium is off. When I don't have meat or when I do have meat, when you have that, because listen, ladies and gentlemen, you got 15 minutes, maybe in there with that doctor. Okay. And
right,
so
right.
I make it a habit. When they come, hi, how are you? You know what I'm here for? I like to have the girl test. I also like to have a colonoscopy. I also want to get a blood test. I want the Kim panel 1 and 2. And then also, you know what? I was wondering what we could do about, me like getting more energy. I mean, I just give them I just go in there like that. And so now they're like, because usually it's like pulling teeth with the patients. I'm sorry. They're like, so what are you here for? And they have to keep asking you. So after the third or fourth time, they feel either it wasn't that big a deal or you just don't want to talk to them. And guess what? Next patient. But you go and have an elevator conversation like, I meant to tell them I should have. I want, and you leave your doctor's appointment not powerful. Okay. I don't want you to leave like that.
See, you can get all of that is here.
Oh, it's in there.
I'm telling you, this is the
It's in there.
go-to book. This is the book you need to get for 2019
It's
if
in
you
there.
want to be proactive and, as we say, optimize your health. You
Yes.
need this. You need
Definitely.
this. You
Thank you,
need this.
Jacqueline.
Yes. And so we're gonna show some more comments, and we're gonna get your last
Yeah.
remarks, and then we are going to call it an evening.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
Tiffany,
hey,
thank
Miss
you so much
Tiffany.
for joining.
Hey, girl. Hey. You're late to the
We're
party.
just
That's
glad you're
okay.
here. We're glad you are here.
Glad
Here
you,
go
glad
Miss
you.
Vanessa. She said, awesome.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Warfare,
Um,
you said it's good. Less fussing and more collaboration with husband about did you. I
yeah,
need him on the road with me. Yeah.
that's
All
right.
right, you guys,
Exactly.
distribution for
Exactly.
authors, shameless plug.
Yes.
You need Brother Man on the road with you.
Definitely.
He is part of
Definitely.
the team.
That's right. So when they're making a decision, it's about his family. That he's a man, and this is his family.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And she
Absolutely.
said, great family reunion conversation.
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
absolutely.
It's a must. Oh,
Oh, we love you
love you too, yeah.
too. And she said,
Definitely important.
congrats.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you.
oh,
Definitely important. So we want to
yes,
make sure that we keep that. And then we want to make sure that we are tuning in every Friday for, listen, I tried, but me and this 3 hour thing, sometimes people have to call me. I remember when I first got in one of Van's, I missed it like for the first 2 weeks because it was
Uh-oh.
5 o'clock. Okay, but it was 8 o'clock, but it was 5 o'clock my time. When I get on 5 o'clock, it was good night. So I finally caught up with that. So since I may not always be on, I will have done my family fit my Fit Friday. I would have done my exercise for sure.
Oh, we know you are on the move.
I'm definitely
And you're
doing
being said, yes, be about your loved ones' health business.
that. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, yes. I know. Don't hold it back till the time. That's right. Definitely, yes, because I think Linda was sharing how she was a caregiver for her mom for many years, so she
Yeah.
definitely can attest to what it takes as a caregiver and why she definitely wants to keep her husband going on the road with her for the awesome thing that she is doing. And that's an awesome mission, taking these books out and making sure that many authors get exposed in other places. So we want to make sure that you have a great companion to keep you
Yay!
engaged. Yes, wonderful.
That's right. Well, if you have any
No, I think we've done it,
last
Jacqueline. I think
words,
we were very
it's
efficient
been
and
a pleasure. We are so just again, we are so honored that you came on
effective.
and you shared with us about
Thank
all
you for
that you're
having
doing.
me.
We have no excuse now because you've given us so many power tools we can use
Okay.
to advocate for our loved ones, our male loved ones. So
Yes.
we are ready. We are charged now. So
Yes.
we're going to optimize not only our health, but we're going to optimize our spouse, our brother,
Yes.
cousin, uncle, you name
Everybody. It's all
it.
in the family. We're going to do it all together.
So you want to head on over to Angie's Pace.
Yes. That's our
Go to
page.
at pro patient advocate. And Angela, I don't know what happened, why you couldn't
That's
share.
okay. I'll fix I'll have to send the replay over there. But I didn't, since I'm usually hosting the show, I've never had this happen before, right? Because
No,
I'm already on the
I'm not
page.
sure what happened because the last guest we had was able to. I know they've been having some issues with Facebook,
Yeah. They
and
were having a lot of things, but I'm going to
so
make
maybe
sure.
that's one of them.
Yeah,
We will go
unfortunately.
ahead and do a watch party as well, and we'll put it on
Oh, okay.
the page.
Awesome.
So we'll do that as soon as
Okay.
you're over. But you should head on over to Angie's page. She has
Oh.
some wonderful information. She's
And go
always
to Linktree. If you could go to Linktree, you could get that chart.
yes. Where is my? I put that in here. I'm
I
trying to
know.
find it. I try to be so.
Listen, look, I understand. I understand StreamYard is a challenge. Yes, please go to Linktree Pro Patient Advocate and get that chart because it'll be very helpful and it'll keep you task oriented. And people are like, why are you talking about? Because it's our family. And if everybody in the family is on task and healthy, then our family just gonna be, it's gonna be the family everybody wants to be with, right? We'll
That's
be
right.
attracted to more family members. People that are like family, but they weren't born into our tribe, but they're always there. They
There
need
you
to be
go.
there too.
Because it's a movement. It's a movement. So we want to
Okay.
empower all our loved ones and families and friends. But before we go, we also wanted to, you can head on over to Linktree
Mhm.
and you can get all the information that was
Please
discussed.
do.
And
Yeah.
then also,
Okay.
you have some workshops coming up.
Okay. Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, I have one for adult children. Are you prepared to medically parent your mom and dad? Okay, because that's the movement that's going on. People that are just retired or may have to retire because they have their parents that they have to see, and those parents have chronic conditions and they're going to different doctors. So I'm going to be having that workshop. Go to Angie's Pace. We're going to post it. Just want to make sure of the date that we're going to do. But that is definitely, I think, an important workshop. And I'm going to also do a 6-week course that is actually based out of this blueprint journal, how to be safe in and out of the hospital. Okay. Patient safety is a huge thing. And that is right along with medical errors. Listen, over 400,000 people will die this year because they are not patient safe.
Wow.
400,000 people will lose their lives because they're not, and that does not go for the hundreds of thousands whose lives will be affected that maybe could walk when they went in the hospital and now they no longer walk.
Wow. Oh my
So
God.
there's things that we need to know about being safe in and out of the hospital. So that's why it's important that you come follow me on Angie's Pace. Go get their pro patient advocate, because these are the kind of things we're going to do. The Powerful Patient Movement will have special things going on. Now, look, it's not who, but what, but it's what you don't know about your health insurance and medication. Listen, your health insurance has a lot of secrets that you don't know about. And guess what? They're also called benefits.
Yeah.
That's right. There are a lot of benefits. There are transportation benefits that you don't know about, but they're there. There are
Awesome.
benefits where your parents who might not be able to get to the doctor, there are staff that can come and take lab draws, they can come and help with medications. And I'm not just talking about the workers that you do like for the health nurse. I'm talking about the hospitals have nurse practitioners that actually come to the home. But it's a secret.
Wow.
Medications. There are medications that maybe you, especially I find this about diabetics, they want to get the pen that's already ready, you just turn it.
Right.
That's much better than having the syringe and have to make sure there's no bubbles in. So those are and believe me, there are some HMOs that bulk that if you are under 40, they don't want to give you that pen.
Oh
That's
wow.
absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
But that's something that you can get done, and I'm going to help you do it. That's the results call. That's what you need. bit.ly/advocate Angie. That's me.
That's it. And then the last one, you want to talk about that one?
Oh, okay. Oh, this is my favorite subject. It might be 8 weeks. And you listen, getting out of
Okay.
how to keep your loved one home from the hospital. Because here's three things that happen if the discharge does not go right. They will go back through emergency, okay, in worse health than they were. They will go back through emergency and they will come out maybe unable to do some things, or they will go back through emergency and they will end up in the morgue. Those are the three things you can guarantee if the discharge doesn't go right.
Right.
At the discharge is where you find out everything: return visits, medications, what needs to be done, medical equipment that needs to go in the home. All of this is done during the discharge appointment. And so I know you're just so happy to get them home and you want to, okay, no, no, no. No, you don't leave your loved one there and they bring you to the car. You're going to miss a lot and you're going to be back there in 48 to 72 hours.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yay.
So
So
listen, we're
again,
going to be
you can
talking
go
about
to
all kind of things.
LinkedIn.
We're going to be so powerful. Okay.
Yay. Definitely go to Linktree
Yeah.
and get a lot of the information that was discussed. You need to get that chart so you can
Yeah.
have those conversations with your family.
And then
And
tell
you
other people about it. Let them go get the chart too. That's
yeah,
what we want to do. We want everybody to go get one because we're all going to be going in different areas.
absolutely. So you definitely want to go to Linktree /pro patient advocate. And then if you need that results call, you know where to go. bit.ly /advocate Angie.
That's me.
Yay! Well, we again, we so appreciate you for coming on, Angela, and we just honor all that you do. And we
Appreciate the opportunity,
we
definitely.
feel blessed to have someone like yourself to advocate for not only individuals and their loved ones that they care for, but just everyone as a whole. Like you said, all in the
Yeah,
family.
so important. All in
All
the
in the
family. Yeah,
family. All
definitely.
right, so that's it for this
Bye.
segment of Happy Fit Friday. We hope that you have gained a lot of takeaways. We know that you have, and you definitely want to head on over to Angie's Pace
Mhm.
and just go
Yeah,
at Pro Patient Advocate. That takes you right to her page,
thank
and she
you.
always empowers us with so much information. And watch if you want to watch this again. We're gonna have a watch party.
All right, good.
Share this out share this out. Spread the love. There's someone
Right.
that needs this information. They need that push. They need that accountability
Yeah.
to optimize their health. So again, we just can't thank you enough, Angela, for coming on.
Well,
Have
I
a
was very glad. Thank you for having me. And everybody have a great weekend. And, remember, it's all in the family. Stay healthy.
That's right. God bless.
Bye.
So that was, let me see. We had another. Oh, okay. We got one more.
Thank you, Queens.
Y'all want, thank you, Queens. All right. We love you. Appreciate you. And have a blessed evening.
Bless. Take care, everybody. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.